What is going on, Misfit Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Misfit Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Matt, the Misfit. This is AphrOditE Stardom Nagoya Big Winter Review and Results for December the 2nd, 2023. Again, I am Matt, the Misfit. We're going to go over the entire show, which I thought was a pretty good show for what it was. It's the last big Stardom show, not counting New Blood, 12 that's coming up? I believe it's New Blood 12. Let me look. Yeah, New Blood 12 before the big show on December the 29th, which is Stardom's Dream Queendom. We found new matches announced for Dream Queendom. We finally have the main event announced, or official main event, basically confirmed. Well, actually, it's confirmed because the main event called for it here. 3 great matches. I thought were excellent, outstanding matches. Some good matches on the. Some other good matches are on the show, but overall, pretty decent show from my point of view here. So we're going to go over that much more. If you like what you see here, hit that like button, comment down below, hit the subscribe button, youtube.com/@MisfitWrestlingPod. You follow the social medias, Pile Driver Pulse on Twitter, Misfit Wrestling Pod on Instagram, the audio outlets, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Music, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Audible, and Pandora. We will do the Pile Driver Pulse tomorrow. I know I forgot to do it this past weekend, but I will talk about some other things that happened in the news wrestling world. Like I got to go over Dynamite, SmackDown, and some of the stupid bullshit that I've seen on Twitter today regarding Kairi saying. I will talk about that on the Pile Driver Pulse because I have a lot to say about that shit that's been said on social media about Kairi, which is uncalled for and unfucking believable shit that I've seen. And also the dumb shit I've seen people talk about CM Punk. So, yeah. So this show came from Nagoya, Japan, obviously. 952 people in attendance. Not their biggest audience. They hopefully, let's see, where they're going to be for Dream Queendom. I think it's Ryogoku, I believe, or is it Sumo Hall? It's one of the two. It's either Sumo Hall or Ryogoku. Let's look. So that's where they're going to be for Dream Queendom. Yeah, it's Ryogoku, Sumo Hall, same thing. So that building usually holds basically 20,000. I don't know how the Sumo Hall area. I guess it's the main venue, but I'm not sure. We'll find out anyway. So we had 2 pre-show matches. We've seen in the first match of the pre-show here, 8 minutes and 24 seconds. Miyu Amazaki, aka Kevin, and Hanako defeated Mina Shirakawa and Yuzuki. Mina Shirakawa took the pin. Because, like I said, and I've tried to explain this to people on social media, they think I'm doing it just to hate on her. I do it because it's funny to do, but I said I'm telling you guys, I don't think Rossi ever liked Mina Shirakawa. Like, there's not really one thing they've done with Mina meaningful. Should they gave her the Wonder belt, but then she lost it. Like, not even, what was it? 40 days later or something like that? It was 34 days later she lost the championship. It was the same situation here with, it was another title that she had recently that they just said, hey, we're gonna drop the tag titles with her too. Which was, I believe it was the tag titles with Mirai and Mei. It was a little longer than that, 49 days. Then they lost it to Natsupoi and Soriano. We'll talk about her in just a little bit here because she had 2 appearances on the show here. One was a match, and another one was to announce a match. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit here. But me and Shirakawa, let's look at the other stuff she said. So she's won the Artist of Stardom titles. Let's see what the other, like, how many times did she won that? Once, and it was with Tam and, okay, so, here it is. So, her longest reign with any championship is the Artist title. 291 days with 7 defenses. But, this was the early days of Concept Angels before they become like its own thing. So, but no. What can you do? My point is, I don't think they ever liked her very much. Yuzuki, I didn't take the pin because she's the new kid around the block here, who is impressing me every time I see her wrestle. She had a great match with Momo Watanabe at the New Blood show, New Blood West one, I believe it was called, which is up on YouTube. Hopefully, they'll do New Blood 12 on YouTube as well. I hope they are hoping they bring back the free live versions of that show. That is just me, but who knows? But again, Mina Shirakawa, I don't think is that well liked by Rossi Ogawa. I don't know why. I don't have an answer. That's my feeling of the matter here. I like Mina, I really do, but the way she's been booked this year alone, where she's not got the shit knocked out of her by Kamitani, which we'll talk about Kamitani a little bit later on. Then won the Wonder title, lost it 34 days later to Tam Nakano because for some odd reason they thought that was a good idea to do the title for title thing. Then they put the tag titles on her and she loses that 49 days after winning them to Cosmic Angels. So, and then they just buried her completely with the Zap and Dump Matsumoto bullshit at the Halloween show. They tried to do good with her in the 5-star. She came up short by Natsupoi. No, it wasn't Natsupoi. Who beat her in the last part of that match? Let me see. I believe it was Mirai. Was it Mirai? No, it wasn't Mirai. It was Saoru Anou. Saoru Anou beat her in the 5-star. So she was doing. Let's see. What was her standing in the 5-star this time? It was. She only got 9. I guess that was only 9. It wasn't good, but it was okay. Let me know how that ended up. We'll talk about that just a little bit here. Yeah. But yeah. I made the joke on Twitter about Miu winning. And I said, what was it? What did I say? Let me see. Let's see if I can find that tweet here because I thought it was pretty funny. Let me see if we can find it. I'm doing a live here. I said, where is it? Okay, so I'm trying to find it here. Oh, here we go. I said, Kevin, which we call her, Miu Amazaki, we call her Kevin. Pinning Mina is hilarious, but I'm for it. Will it be a clean sweep for a Queen's Quest throughout the night? That ended up being not true. It would have been very interesting if Queen's Quest got clean sweep, but we'll talk about it in just a little bit here. Then we got Mai Sakurai and Ruka. Mai Sakurai obviously gets the win here. This really didn't need to be on the show. This match was not announced prior to this event taking place, but it happened, and I'm like, oh, okay. This was just done for the comedy sake of doing Mai Sakurai stuff. It's whatever. Wasn't a great night all around for Donna Del Mondo. We'll talk about that now just a little bit here. But yeah. Cosmic Angels, Saoru Anou and Yuna Minazori defeated Hanan and Saida. This was a lot of fun. To me, this should have been the actual opening match of the show, but it wasn't. Technically, Mai Sakurai and Ruka was technically the opening match of the main pay-per-view because it was being broadcast both on YouTube and on the pay-per-view feed. So, but this was technically the main card match. But this was a lot of fun here. I love Yuna Mizori. She's pretty cool. Hanan and Saida are the current New Blood Tag Team Champions. They are members of Stars. They're trying. I believe I believe they tried to get Hanan into Club Venus. Don't know if that worked very well out of that. But Saoru Anou gets the win here for her team with the beautiful suplexes that she does. I believe it was a German that got it here. 7 minutes and 6 seconds. It's not the last time we've seen Saoru Anou. I'll bring that up in just a little bit here, somewhere down the line here. So yeah. Mei Seira defeated and retained the high speed championship against Thekla. This match was a little bit off here. I like Thekla. I like Mai. Or to Mei. I think it's Mei. But something goes off about this match. I don't know what it is here. They didn't set up Mei's next challenger for Dream Queendom, so I don't know who on that roster is like set up for that. I can go look on the Stardom roster right now, but because I don't know who could feasibly challenge Mirai or not Mirai, Mei for this title here. I mean, it could be like, trying to think here. Kogumo was kind of out injured, so that doesn't work here. They could do Hina if they wanted to. I don't know. So who knows? I don't know what their plans are for the high speed championship going into Dream Queendom. I have some ideas for some other matches, one in particular, but I don't know. I could do Yuna Minazori. I don't know if they might have done that match already. I'm not sure. Let me look, because I'm not even sure if they did. They probably did, and I don't remember it. Did they? No, they didn't. I could have sworn they did this match already. Hold on. Hang on. Let me go to Golden Fight here. Did that? I could have sworn they did this match already. No, they didn't. Okay, so they could do Yuna Minazori or something. I couldn't. For some reason I could not remember what match if they did that match already. They did not. But my point is, they could. Who knows? That's up to Rossi Ogawa what he has in plan for that. So who knows? But this match felt off here. So I didn't think Thekla was winning the title. She didn't need it. My thing is, people who currently have championships right now, I don't think should be winning any more championships. Right now, realistically, if you think about it, the only people in Stardom right now that is a double champion, and we're looking at it right now. I'm kind of look here. Right now, Giulia is currently the only, the only double champion in Stardom right now, because she's got the artist and the strong women's championship. We got Oedo Tai, Natsuko Tora, and Starlight Kid and Momo Watanabe. They defeat the team of Shuri, Mirai, and Ami Sourei. 9 minutes and 9 seconds. This it was obvious to me. I thought Oedo Tai was good with this match anyway. I was predicting that I predicted somebody like Momo Watanabe pinning Mirai. That didn't end up happening. Natsuko Tora ended up pinning Ami Sourei in the closing moments of the match here. Well, Shuri and Ami didn't seem too happy with this. They left without even looking at Mirai, and was basically like, fuck you, Mirai, and just left. So I don't know what's happening there. So we're not getting a follow-up, unfortunately, to the whole thing with the Halloween show. As of right now, I thought this was going to be the plan for Momo Watanabe, but they got other plans for Momo Watanabe and Natsuko Tora. We'll talk about that in just a little bit here. But after the match, Mirai is in the ring, getting ready to cut a promo. Out comes Saoru Anou. Saoru Anou says that, last time we fought in Nagawa, or no, it was in Nagawa, was it? What was it? It was in Tokyo, right? It was in Osaka at Gold Rush. They had that instant classic of a match Match of the Year candidate. That went to a 30-minute draw. And Saoru Anou's like, I want another shot. I want to prove that I can win the championship. So they set it up for Dream Queendom on the 29th. So it will be Mirai defending the Wonder of Stardom Championship against Saoru Anou, Part 2 for the Wonder of Stardom Championship. Personally, and to reassure that there will be a winner this time, I'd actually go with either a 60-minute time limit, or no time limit. Or they might just keep it the same way it is. Hopefully, Saoru Anou wins the championship this time, because I'm kind of over the Super Cena booking of her. People kind of get really heated about me calling her the Japanese John Cena. And what I meant by that was the booking of Mirai feels so much like Super Cena. It's not even funny. So, I hope Dream Queendom is when a lot of things change the course there, because Dream Queendom seems like they're setting up for a reset of a lot of things. Who knows? But I'm picking Saoru Anou to win the Wonder of Stardom Championship when they get to that and all that stuff here. Match I didn't give really too much of a shits about. Nanae Takahashi defeated Alyssa Inc. Technical knockout. UWF rules 7 minutes and 21 seconds. I just didn't care about this match. I don't know much about Alyssa Inc., so I can't really say much on here. I do not like Takahashi. She is, again, one of the reasons why Act left the company. She's also one of the reasons Asuka Kana never stepped foot in Stardom, so fuck her. So I don't care about this match. I'm moving on. So who cares? Giulia retained the Strong Women's Championship against Azumi. 12 minutes and almost 13 minutes. This match was a lot of fun. At first I thought it was underwhelming, and then I went back and watched them. Like, no, this match was actually a lot of fun here. Azumi tried to outsmart Giulia with her high-speed style. Giulia tried to outsmart Azumi through most of the match with high-speed stuff. But Azumi, being the high-speed bomb girl that she is, the queen of that whole division, was one step ahead here. Of course, this match was made based off of Azumi pinning Giulia in like 55 seconds into 5-star during what week was it? It was one of these weeks here. Let me see if I can find which week it was. It was night 19 which was September 30th. Azumi 55 seconds in beating Giulia on that show. And this is where I came here. I had a feeling that Giulia was retaining personally. So before anything else happened, I thought Azumi was going to win the championship until because New Japan has this fucking this whole obsession with announcing people for matches, or not announcing matches, but announcing people for shows before their title match takes place on another show. They did it twice with Giulia, and they did it during like a couple minutes before she went out there to defend the strong title on the Impact show. For what show was it? It wasn't Lone Star. It was, oh my god, what show was it? The Las Vegas show. I don't remember the name of the Las Vegas show, but I don't remember the name of. I don't think it was Lone Star. What was the name of the Las Vegas show that she defended the championship on against Hanan? Hayan. Whatever. And they did it again for Battle in the Valley for what? Oh God, Battle in the Valley. When is that one supposed to take place? That Battle in the Valley 2024. I believe it's supposed to take place. When is that one supposed to take place? in January, right? January 13th, 2024. So it's kind of a few days after Wrestle Kingdom. So I don't see, again, if they're going to do Mercedes versus Giulia, because I think that's where they're heading here. The reason why I think Giulia retained is going to do Giulia and Mercedes. I don't give a shit what Dave Meltzer claims he heard. New Japan's not going to not do this match. It's not going to happen at Wrestle Kingdom because Stardom has already made it very abundantly clear that Stardom will not be participating in Wrestle Kingdom, mainly because just hours before Wrestle Kingdom, they're going to have their own show. So there's really no point in having Stardom featured on the Wrestle Kingdom card if you're going to have your own show, which is going to be made event by Maya Watani and her. What the hell is that damn title she has? The IWGP title. It doesn't mean anything. So believe it or not, they've put more stock into the Strong Championship with Giulia than they did the IWGP Championship. That obviously the old administration, the old person of Bushi Road, didn't seem too keen of having. Though the new president of Bushi Road seems to be all for it. So who knows? But again, Giulia wins here. This is a lot of fun here. Azumi will be a singles champion outside of the high speed title. I got some point. I don't know what you do with Azumi going into Dream Queendom. Azumi claims, like if we're gonna go read HD sub stuff, because they do some stuff here. So let's look for Azumi. So here's what Azumi said following her match with Giulia. She said, "I wanted to go abroad." She wanted to go overseas. She says, "I guess that is still a long way off, but I'm not going to give up on the strong belt. I will get stronger and stronger with my own version of Azumi, my own Azumi version of strong. Hey, Giulia, I'll crush you." So it doesn't. So I don't know if they're going to do a rematch, Dream Queendom, because I don't know what you do with Azumi at Dream Queendom. I cannot see them leaving her off of that show. Same thing with Starlight Kid, because we'll talk about Starlight Kid in a little bit here. But as of right now, Azumi has no direction going into Dream Queendom, and it's kind of frustrating. And this all depends on whether or not. Now, if they don't want to do Mercedes anymore, then you could do the rematch at Dream Queendom with Azumi and have Azumi win the title. Because I'm still of the belief that Giulia is heading to WWE when her contract with Stardom is up next year. So, but great match though. Azumi is one of my favorite wrestlers on the entire planet. I've praised her up and down this channel on social media, and I should point out she's only 21 years old, and she's already one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's insane. And Giulia is phenomenal. She's a superstar wherever she goes, and I hope WWE treats her as a star, because how can you not, right? And personally, I would not put her on SmackDown with Kairi, Io, and Asuka, mainly because I don't want Giulia being intertwined with all of that. Have Giulia be her own thing on a different show, on a different brand, maybe on Raw, and just have her do her thing over there, So there's that. We had the tag team title match to crown the vacant, or to crown new Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions. Of course, we do know that the Goddess of Stardom Tag titles were vacated due to Natsuko's injury. Saoru Anou attempted that she wanted to defend those titles. Actually, before I do that, there was something Giulia said. I'm going to read that off before we go into the next match here. Giulia said, "I can say this because I have the strong belt. It is my dream to have a singles match with a Stardom wrestler overseas with this belt. Doesn't matter which way. Azumi, you are amazing. I'm sure you're good enough to go all over the world. That's how I felt. But Giulia has this belt and will be one step ahead. Let's do it again. See you down the road. So there is that. So we had AphrOditE, the returning Utami Hayashishita and Saya Kamitani. They defeated Maika and Megan Bayne of Dream Queendom. This was actually the first pinfall loss that Megan Bayne took, which surprised me quite a bit. But then I remembered Maika has bigger fish to worry about because she is in the main event of Dream Queendom. So this was pretty obvious. This match was pretty obvious that they were going to do this match when AphrOditE was reformed, and the moment that Saya Kamitani said, "I'm going to go after I want to win the tag titles with Utami," because the main event for Dream Queendom was set. Not even. I still believe the Dream Queendom main event was set when the 5-star first started, and it was not going to include Saya Kamitani. As much as people want to believe that it was going to be Saya Kamitani versus Tam Nakano, I don't think that was ever the plan. Because because if the plan was to put Saya Kamitani in the main event of Dream Queendom for the championship, they would have put Saya Kamitani in the mini tournament instead of Mei Seira. They didn't because they had other plans, and they're going with story instead of what people want, and I like that. But this was great. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Megan Bayne at one point came out with a fucking flying clothesline that damn near decapitated Utami, and Utami sold the shit out of it. And I'm like, girl, you just came back from a neck injury. Chill out. But then I realized the Joshi wrestlers like, what the fuck is a neck? Because that's what Mayu Iwatani does. She doesn't give her necks don't exist to Mayu Iwatani. So who isn't on this show? I believe she is currently recovering from a finger injury. Hopefully she is cleared soon. But again, AphrOditE are your new tag team champions. They are a 2-time tag team champion. I know a lot of people just wanted to see Utami with a championship this year. It didn't really matter if it was a world title, wonder title, or not. Which Utami has never won the wonder title, which is very interesting to me because I looked at her resume here. Let's look at her championship resume. So she's won the Goddess of Stardom titles with Momo and Azumi. She's won the Future Stardom Championship. She's won the Goddess of Stardom titles 3 times, once with Momo Watanabe, and then twice with Saya Kamitani, including the second time. The SWA Championship and the World Championship. She's never won the Wonders title, which is very interesting to me. She may, down the line, challenge for that championship. Because assuming something happens at Dream Queendom, I don't know. I just want to see her win that title, and then she can become a Grand Slam. She could basically do the Io Shirai thing, because I think Io Shirai, I think she has won all the Stardom titles. Let me look here. So Io Shirai, Goddess of Stardom title 6 times, once with Mayu Iwatani and Mini Maika. No, that's not Mini Maika. With Iroha. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Kairi Hojo, once with Kairi and Mayu Iwatani. Once with Momo Watanabe and Hazuki. Twice with Hazuki and Azumi. Once with Hazuki and Piper Niven. Then once with Mayu Iwatani in the Goddess of Stardom title, the High Speed Championship, the SWA World Championship, the 2 times Wonder of Stardom champion, 2-time world champion, and the first Grand Slam. So she didn't even win the Future Stardom Championship. When did they actually introduce that title, by the way? Let's look that up. How long have they introduced that title? That title was introduced. Okay, then Kairi and EL left in 2018. She left. When did she leave Stardom? She left Stardom. She left Stardom in June of that year, I think. She left June 10th, I believe. And so yeah, so that title wasn't around. So yeah, so she didn't get the so that title was introduced during her veteran years in the company. So so this title is still technically new. The title is currently being held by Rena, I believe. So which I think is pretty interesting. So yeah. Anywho, back to this whole point here. So yeah, they're the Goddess of Stardom champions now. This kind of makes sense here. Maika and Megan Bayne, they worked well together. I love their tag team, but Maika is now going to be moving on to potentially winning the the world tag team titles. After the match, Utami gets on the microphone and says, Kamitani and I won the Goddess belts for the first time in 3 years. I'm really beat up, but both Maika and Megan Bayne are really strong, but now the AphrOditE has won the titles. We are going to march towards Ryogoku with the Goddess titles. We are waiting for strongest challengers for Ryogoku. This then brings out Momo Watanabe and Natsuko Tora of Oedo Tai. They said, Natsuko gets on the microphone and says, "Welcome back, Utami. You guys are really strong for defeating Megan Bayne's team. So soon after returning, either way, if you guys returned, I was planning on wrestling the final Ryogoku against you guys. I haven't forgotten about the cage match yet." Coming back to the cage match, the incredible cage match story that they told back at, oh my God, what was the name of that show? I think it was it Flashing Champions? I think that was what the show was called. Anyways, she says, "Let's settle it. We will carry those titles with us into 2024 until Ryogoku shiver and sleep." And then obviously she accepts. AphrOditE accepts, and we get a match made official for Dream Queendom. So now it's going to be AphrOditE, Utami Hayashishita, and Saya Kamitani defending the Goddess of Stardom Tag titles against Momo Watanabe and Natsuko Tora XL of Oedo Tai. So that's another story that's going to be wrapping up at Ryogoku here. After the match, backstage, Saya Kamitani gets an interview. Says, "I think we are wearing these Goddess belts because of the cage match and many things we have overcome. I want AphrOditE to become the number one tag team recognized by everyone in the pro wrestling world. To end that, I want the two of us to see dreams and make many dreams come true." So there is that. Now, so again, I thought this match was so I normally like to rate these matches 1 out of 5. So I'm gonna give this match a 4 out of 5 because I thought this match was fantastic stuff here. Main event: Suzu Suzuki defending her right to challenge Maika for the World of Stardom Championship at Dream Queendom against Hazuki. This match was also very, very good here. Hazuki brought back her red hair, or not her red hair, long hair, the amazing red attire that she had on here. Suzu Suzuki, who is slowly having a rocket strapped to her back here. But Suzu Suzuki gets the win here. This was not really in doubt here. A lot of people wanted to see an upset. I'm like, look, guys, I try to explain to you guys the main event of Dream Queendom for months, in my opinion, has been doing the rematch between Suzu Suzuki and Maika, and that's what we're doing. Hazuki, I'm going to take nothing away from her. She's a fantastic wrestler. I don't know what they're going to do with Hazuki now going into Dream Queendom, because a lot of people thought she could have challenged Mirai for that title. That's not happening, so I don't know what they're going to do with Hazuki. They may. This is just a shot in the dark, depending on what they're going to do with Giulia, if they plan on having her defend the Strong Championship or not. If they don't, they can have Hazuki and members of Stars probably challenge for the Artist title. I don't know. So that is very, very interesting. You know what? They could just have Giulia and Hazuki go at it for the Strong Championship. Who knows? Though they could play back Hazuki and Mayu with Tani. That's another one. Depending on if they're gonna have they might actually have Mayu defend that title on that show, so they could do that. So I don't know. We'll see on that end there. But yeah, Suzu Suzuki hits the tequila shot for the win. 1, 2, 3, and Suzu Suzuki is going on to, face obviously Maika in one, in my opinion, the biggest story that they're doing. This is the best storyline in Stardom right now. There's not by none here. So Suzu Suzuki gets on the microphone and says, "This is the final comes and basically calls out Maika. Maika gets to the ring here. She says, "This is the final battle between you and me on December 29th at Ryogoku, Kurgan, Sumo Hall. When you lose to me, don't cry like you did during the 5-star." Goddamn, Suzu she just shot me right in the arm right there for that one. Maika gets on the microphone and says, "If you think I'm the same I was back then, you're totally wrong." And she basically says, "I'm going to beat your ass in Ryogoku," and walk away with the red belt. So I thought that was, and then she does a little hair flip and just walks away. It was fantastic. It was mic drop, hair flip, walks away. I love Maika. Love her. She is my pick to win the red belt on December 29th. So Suzu Suzuki, following the show, has her backstage interview here. She says, I protected it, Hazuki. You sure are strong, but why is it that you are so strong yet hidden?" Good point there. If you're disappointed, stand in front of Suzu Suzuki again. So on December 29th, Maika, with the red belt on the line, the story of Maika and Suzu ends on December 29th. I'll win the red belt, ended it all. So I'm very excited for what's to come at Dream Queendom, because it's going to be good stuff here. So right now, here is what we got for Dream Queendom. The current matches, as announced, we only got 3. We have AphrOditE defending the Goddess titles against Natsuko Tora and Momo Watanabe. Mirai defending the Wonder title against Saoru Anou in a rematch from the Gold Rush show. And then the main event of that show, Maika Suzu Suzuki for the vacant World of Stardom Championship, where I hope Maika wins the tournament, or not the tournament, the match. That is my prediction. So, other than that, I have nothing else to add here with this show here. I thought it was fine, a lot of fun. 3 great back-to-back matches near the end with Giulia and Azumi, and then the Goddess title match, and then the main event of Suzu and Hazuki. We'd love to see what they're going to do with Azumi and Hazuki and Starlight Kid for Ryogoku. Right now, they have nothing. I saw one of my friends might have tried to cook up Giulia and Starlight Kid. I'd love to see that, but then again, that also leaves off. You know what? Here's what I would do: book a 3-way: Azumi, Starlight Kid, and Giulia for the strong title, and then I'm booking. Here I'm booking 2 big matches here, so you could do Hazuki versus Bayo Iwatani for the IWGP Championship, and then you could do a 3-way with Giulia, Azumi, and Starlight Kid for the strong title. If they're not bringing in Mercedes on that show, or at least for that show, so that's my prediction on that here. That's why I would book. But until then, I've been Matt the Misfit. I will see you guys back here for the Pile Driver Pulse. Until then, nothing else to add. We're out.